nothing but a sinking ship. Don't do this to me, Harry. The Ohio State. It's Ohio State. What do you mean, C? 312-988-15.
Hello?
You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Sometimes it's good to just yell about football. Yeah, that's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks. It's game week. It's game week, and I'm feeling it. Everything that comes with that, I'm feeling it. It's been creeping in on me. It's been building. My stomach's turning in circles. I don't have my appetite. Like Mike asked me, Goolsby asked me, are you going to be able to keep on the weight you gain once the Notre Dame stress really hits? And I said, I don't know, but I'm going to try. It's hard. I'm telling you, it's just, I'm getting all wound up. And it's just such a big moment. Such a big moment for Notre Dame and what Freeman's trying to do and prove in year 4. And for Miami, they got a lot to prove. There's a lot of pressure. And I was thinking about that the other day. Think about the pressure Mario Cristobal's under. You haven't done diddly-poo in 3 years. You're 500 in a mediocre ACC conference. You haven't made the playoff. All that pressure entering year 4, and then you get Notre Dame at home with a first-time starting quarterback. You want to talk about the pressure on Notre Dame? There's a lot of damn pressure on Mario Cristobal in Miami. There's a lot of pressure on that guy too. So it's a big Johnny in your lunchbox at work. There's a lot of pressure here from all different angles of this and all different sides of this. And here, we're going to get this out of the way. Before I even do the introduction, we already got callers. I love it. 312-988-15. I gave the wrong number. I put it in the chat. Be sure to call John. I put in the wrong number. What an idiot. Welcome to game week. Maybe I need to go back to fall camp. It's hard to have people call you when you give them the wrong number. What an idiot. Oh my God, I'm stressed out. And I'm just going to say, Johnny, with the wrong number at work. I'm just going to say this. Here's what I'm going to say. Dr. John, thank you very much. Email me something nice, wishing the daughter a happy birthday. We'll get to that experience in a minute. Son of a buck. We'll get to that in a minute. So here's where I'm going to start. On the Patreon and on the chat, we have the community chat and everything. It's like, I feel really good about Notre Dame. Relax. Like we're in a good, relax. I'm confident in Freeman and they're going to prepare for the moment. I like our defense. Like we'll be able to move the ball with the O-line. I can't explain to you guys enough. Don't you know me by now? Even if I'm confident in our team, it is not going to change my anxiety level going into a big game. Like I'm going to be worked up. That doesn't mean I don't believe in our team or I don't think we're going to win. I'm picking Notre Dame to win. I'll go over my exact score prediction a little later in the week. But I'm going to pick Notre Dame to win the game. But that's not going to stop my stomach from turning. So don't take my anxiety of I don't believe that we could beat Miami. No, it's just until I see it happen, I'm going to be stressed out, okay? Until I see it happen, and I know it's all what I want it to be, I'm going to be wound real tight. And that's just how Johnny operates. It isn't a choice. It's not a decision. It's just how I was made. All right? So back off. I'm just saying, don't take my anxiety as, oh, John doesn't think we have a good team. No, I do. I'm going to be anxious till you prove it. Prove it. So I don't know what else to show us your face. We want to see your face. Who said that? You won't see my face? My face is going to be stressed out. Yeah, Irish Cubby has a really good point. I was confident against NIU, Stanford, and Marshall the last 3 years, too. That's a funny one for all the wrong reasons. All right, I got to shut up, get through the introduction, drop a little breaking news, and Always Irish needs a dispensary sponsor. You're telling me, man. I'm the perfect spokesman for that. Show me all worked up and all yelling and all stressed out. And then it's like, and then Johnny eats this gummy bear. And then 30 minutes later, I'm listening to Pink Floyd. I'm like dancing. I'm just in my own little zone. My blood pressure doesn't even register. I'm just floating around the ether. Oh, that's funny. As always, thanks for being here. You can find the program on youtube.com. Do it, subscribe. If you breathe in the air. Just even saying that is calming my blood pressure down. I swear to God, just even thinking of that song is literally calming me down. I said it before. I'll say it again. Some of this Pink Floyd, some of the Pink Floyd and the David Gilmour guitar work especially, it is literally the best medicine for my anxiety and my nerves. It better than any drug, better than any drink, anything you could eat, drink, ingest. I'm telling you, there's something about David Gilmour guitar work that literally, I feel like the headache leave my head and go down. Like, it is the only thing that works for me. And I mean that. And you know what else? Little experiment here. I tried this out. Yeah, more like brain damage. Ain't that the truth? You're looking at it. Always brain damage. You're looking at it. That's a good call by you. I'm going to tell you this. I mean this. When my daughter she was premature, had issues, whatever, trying to get her to relax and go to bed when she was very young, Pink Floyd worked. I would put on, like, it can't be hard, creepy, weird Pink Floyd, but like some of that stuff I would put on and it would put her to bed. I'm telling you, they struck a chord somewhere in the ether that connects to people's brains to make them relax. So that is a go-to for me when I'm really stressed out. All right, I got to shut up, get through the introduction. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you could get it if you don't want to see my face, and you might not this week. Breathe it in, breathe in the air. Audio only anywhere you want it. You could get it to call in that. 312-988-15. You dial it up. Tell Johnny all you've heard it. Yeah, Serenity now. You want to know who? Yeah. Imagine if I'm the spokesperson for Serenity now. My brand would be called Relax Never. You got Serenity now, the Always Irish brand. Relax Never. Show us your face. We want to see your face. You won't see my face. Who said that? Man, I feel bad for everybody who has no idea what any of those inside jokes are. I honestly feel bad, but it actually makes it better that not everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like kind of an inside joke, but so it kind of makes you feel like good if nobody knows it. It's kind of funny to me. Oh man. Have a cigar. That is a good. There's a good guitar solo there too. Really good guitar solo on Have a Cigar. And really interesting theme of the song about show business and how they use you and they don't really care about you, but you're a tool to get them what they want. Like that's a deep song. Honestly, what Pink Floyd songs aren't. You know, it's like an existential journey through the solar systems. You know what I'm talking about? Notre Dame on SI. You could read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. Promo code ND25. All right, we're gonna start with this. we have huge news tonight on Monday Night Raw. It's going to be pushed back from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock Central on Patreon. And it's big news. And it's going to change what you get from me on YouTube and on Patreon. Okay, so this is big news coming. And we're adding some contributors here to the Always Irish Patreon and YouTube operation. And I think you guys are going to want to be involved, and I think you're going to like what we have planned. So what we're going to do a big reveal tonight. So you're going to learn some of our new programming, who's going to be with us. And I think this is going to be it's going to be a big deal and a big year. So stay tuned there at 8 o'clock Central. And we're going to get into all that. So it's going to be exciting. And I think you guys are going to approve of some of the additions to our roster and some of the content we're going to be adding. So stay tuned for that. 8 o'clock, 1 hour late. And so we're going to do that. Yeah, it is breaking news. What about Friday Night SmackDown? Yeah. All right. Let me do a couple chats. And let me check the call. Yeah, there's a decent amount of calls. So let me get to the chats. It's a lot more than a new logo. I could tell you that. We're trying to make some waves here. So stay tuned. I think you're going to be surprised and like what we have coming. We want to give you what you want. It's really simple. We want to give you more of what you want, and we want to be able to cover everything for you. So you're going to get that. Let me do a couple of these chats, and then we'll go right to the calls. We could go wherever you want. Yeah, John's getting a hair transplant. That's definitely the news. Yeah, that's it. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Yeah, I'm going to change my Cracker Barrel logo. I want that old man on the side. It's just... What was so offensive about that old guy leaning on a barrel? I just don't understand. What's wrong? The guy's been leaning on a barrel on the exit sign picture for Cracker Barrel for 80 years, and now that old man can't lean on the barrel. Just let him lean on the barrel. Oh my God. Did you guys hear? Can I ask this? Have you heard the Clemson rumor that their quarterback got T-boned in a car accident last night and that he can't throw or anything? Have you heard that? Am I a part of me thinks that, isn't it Klubnik or whatever? I think a part of me wonders if somebody's putting that out there so the gambling line changes and then they could bet it and get like a better angle. But I've been seeing those rumors since last night that guy got injured in a car accident. Brian Kelly might luck out and get to face the backup or something. Is any of that true, or is that fake news? I would not doubt it. If somebody fakes that, puts it on a board, gets it on Twitter, all the lines change, and then he could get in on a better deal on a bet or something. So I don't know, but I saw that last night. All right, couple chats, and then I'm going to give it to the calls. Listen, I'm up for wherever you want to go. This week is your week. Whatever you want to do, we could do it. Talk through your anxieties, your confidences, your concerns. This is your time. It is your week. You have spent all offseason with me, supporting all this, us all getting through it. Now it's your time. So tell me wherever you want to go. All right, let me get through the chats and we'll go right to the calls. John, I know you're not a huge ESPN or College Game Day supporter, but will you tune in Saturday to pay homage to Corso? Probably not. I think it's elder abuse, what they've been doing to that guy. It should have been over a long time ago. I don't think it was fair to him. It wasn't a good look, but you did it to grab the ratings. The whole thing makes me a little uncomfortable. That's why whenever I say not so fast, my friend, on the show, I always say pre-elder abuse, not so fast, my friend. I'm not a big fan of what they've been doing. I just think it was past time and they kept doing it for ratings, and I don't like the way that comes off to me. Last year, John had a scheduled power outage the Monday before week 1. And it might have been my favorite moment in Always Irish history because we just kept the chat going for like an hour anyways. My area doesn't do good with lightning and all that stuff. I don't know. John, in your opinion, what's the biggest threat this Miami team's? I'm not sold on Miami's defense. I think if the strength of their team proves to be the O-line and they can control the line of scrimmage, that worries me, right? Like, even though Carr's a question mark, I am not sold on Miami's defense quite yet. And I think Notre Dame will be able to do some things. But if the strength of their team is the O-line and they're able to control that side of the ball, that would be troublesome to me. But I like Notre Dame's defense. So we're going to see strength on strength there. If that's supposed to be one of the better parts of their team, it should be strength on strength because I like Notre Dame's defense. Am I going to get soaked or beat up next Sunday? Find out on the next episode. Both. Why not both? You could get soaked and get beat up trying to get nachos. It could be both. John, the dog days are over. Ow, ow, ow. The dogs. I love saying that. The dogs. Anytime I get to do a stupid noise on this show, it's like the highlight. The dogs. Ow, ow, ow. Mark, how's ya holes in them? 32-17, Notre Dame. Oh, I love that. Submitting my official game prediction. Notre Dame 41, Miami 13. The route will be on. Ooh, Mikey Poles, don't excite me with the good time on a Monday morning. Woo, baby, that's hot. C. Jones, VO9, Zeezer. I still can't figure out what the hell happened with these names. It's nice to feel confident in big games like Miami. During the BK era, I hope we're in competitive mode. Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. In that era, before you even thought about winning a big game on the big stage, you had to worry about not getting humiliated and embarrassed before. Like, the bar was so low that you weren't thinking, how can we go to Texas A&M and win? How can we go to Miami and win in this tough environment week 1? No. In that era, you were thinking, God, please just don't let us lose by 35 and look like we've never played before and we're scared and we're timid and we don't even want to play and we're just all scared. Like, something was wrong. The mindset was jacked up. There was a Miami fan beating my hood. He was beating my hood. It's the way he says, it's the enunciation of all of it is the best. You're beating my hood. I can't understand you. Will there be any special teams trickeration? Mikey, here's what I was told over the summer. I had somebody reach out to me and they said, John, I know you like special team stuff and you always say there's zero leeway for bad special teams play. Like, it should be totally within your control. I have no patience for special teams malfeasance of any kind. I was told in the summer, Notre Dame's got a couple things this year that are legal that nobody's ever seen before. I don't know. I don't know whether that's true or not or whatever, but somebody randomly reached out to me that's connected to the program and said, I know you like special teams. They're cooking up a couple things nobody's ever seen before, and they're legal, and they're going to let the refs know and pull it up. I don't know if that's going to be about be happening in Miami. I don't know if you'll need it to burn that against Miami. I don't know, but I like that. Tom, Chicago's very own. Buy all the stock you can in this Irish squad. I love Tom's eternal positivity. And I like our team too, but I'm telling you, my stomach is churning and my innards are burning, bro. I'm not having a good time. I'm telling you, my stomach is churning. My innards are burning, dude. This is what happens game week. All right, let's get into this right now. No pictures of Johnny in the bounce house. You guys, I am not built for an afternoon hosting about a dozen 4 to 5-year-old little girls. Oh, it's a battle. Oh, it's a struggle. I was like shell shocked. You got in the house and everything to play with in the house. You got the bounce house in the yard that's huge with the slide and Elsa, whatever, Frozen. Then you got the pool, the actual pool. And at any given time in this dynamic with kids playing inside, kids in the bounce house, kids in the pool, at any given moment, there's somebody laughing, there's somebody screaming, there's somebody crying. And you just got to figure out what's what. Make sure nobody's drowning in the pool. Make sure there's no broken legs in the bounce house. It's a lot. It's a lot. I was overwhelmed, and there ain't enough Miller Lights in the garage to be able to numb that noise level. Son of a buck, that ain't for me. You ain't going to see Johnny running no kindergarten. Tell you that right now. Unbelievable. Mikey. Almost done with the chats, then we go to the calls. Your show, strictly from an entertainment point of view. Notre Dame's far more entertaining to watch under Freeman than they were under Kelly. The aggressive defense, special teams tricks, going for it on 14. How about the thing of like, you're not afraid you're going to get blown out in every single big game and get embarrassed in front of the whole country? Can I add that to the list? That was a real problem. Before you even worried about winning a big game, the first box you had to check is, please don't let us get blown out by 30 with everybody in the world watching. Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe the last time we played Miami in Miami. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Turnover chain factory. It's going to be a long week for Johnny Boy. $5 holler from the Mikey Poles. Happy Miami week, everybody. In honor of week one, what's your favorite week one ND game? A win on Sunday could make it number one for me. Oh, I don't know. Let me think about it. I really enjoyed the Georgia Tech game in 07 I was at to start the year. That was a dandy. Oh, I don't know. Maybe South Florida. That was a pretty fun one, too. Get it together. Get it together. There's been some bad week ones. Ooh. Always anxiety. Yeah, that's my next channel. Serenity now. Breathe. $2 holler from Parker Jones. Trips to reps. Finally, we could talk about the actual game. Yeah, isn't it wild? $5 holler from my main man, Martinez. I've been going on some of the other chats and talking smack to them. I usually don't do that, but I'm just sick of their constant BS. Their con BS. This con roots for ND. If we're going to have cons on our side of the Catholic convicts, they're good people, man. They're good people. $10 holler from NJH Irish. It's time. A complete Marcus Freeman team. I expect the boys to be ready. Can we dominate? I just need you to win. I don't even need you to dominate. I just need Miami fans stink, and I hate them. What is it exactly you don't like about Miami fans? How much time you got, buddy? They hunt up all the pythons. They drink up all the Everglades juice, and they stink. We have a good time here. At least I'm having a good time. The weather could be a problem. You know what? Can I worry about one thing at a time? Don't worry. If there's a hurricane and it rains, we'll just go to our backup plan, which is throwing the ball 80 times into 100-mile-an-hour hurricane force winds. Why? Because the head coach wanted to. And he thought his ego could cut through hurricane force winds. If you really want to think about all of the craziest Brian Kelly things, thinking your ego could cut a football through hurricane gale force winds just because you wanted it to be that way is pretty unbelievable. It's pretty unbelievable. Oh, man. All right. We got a bunch of calls, and I'm going to give it to you guys. We're going to try and do 5 minutes and get through this and let everybody go. I think this is Tex ND, and it's been a while. 845, make it come alive. Is this you?
Johnny, can you hear me?
I got you. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How are you, sir?
I am wound tight, but that is my normal state no matter what I think of Notre Dame football. Like this is just how I am. So nobody should take that as like I don't believe in Notre Dame. This is just how I get before the season starts. So it shouldn't be alarming. It's my body letting me know I am in game mode. That's where I'm at.
You're the one that takes away my anxiety, Johnny. So you're probably taking kind of everybody's. You are like the succubus of Notre Dame football, man. You just take it from everybody.
I'm telling you what, this is just, I've always been like this as long as I can remember. It's never going to change. It doesn't matter what I try and do. This is just, this is how it is. And then once we get into the game and I see what we're working with and know that we're decent, then it'll calm down a little bit.
I think the more I think about it, the closer we get, the better I feel. And I'm typically in a bad spot. I get the same thing. I get the emotions going. I get the anxiety. And I was going to start off this, saying like, hey, listen, if you have Notre Dame anxiety in your heart, let it out, baby.
If you got that anxiety, let it out. And the thing is, man, here's the deal. When you think about this Miami game, you picture it in your mind like a path to victory for Notre Dame, what that looks like. Like I build these certain things in my mind that I think would have to happen or would help or whatever. There's a lot that goes into this one. I think it starts with the defense and the offensive line for Notre Dame. You got to support Carr. And the best way to do that is play good defense and the O-line to be up to par. Those are the first two things on my radar.
Well, there's a few things. I think Carr is going to be what we want him to be and what we need him to be because it's been a long time coming. I think that Notre Dame's going to make a statement right out of the gate, like as far as a team. I love the mantra that they have going on. I love the T-shirts that they wear with the SAS, with the still ain't shit. Like, yeah, that is the mindset that they've taken from last year. And it's not like, hey, we're not remembering the loss to Northern Illinois. We're remembering the loss in the Natty. Like we got this close, man. We're going to be there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make this thing happen. I do think that, listen, Notre Dame PTSD is real. Like I don't think we give enough credit to the team and to Marcus Freeman, or whether it's, let's say, like strength and conditioning. Like we accomplished a lot last year, and I think we accomplished more than most with the talent that we had and the injuries that we had, right? But like the PTSD is real, man. Like I don't think we get enough credit from the fan base. Like there's a lot of negativity within the fan base. But if you look at it like in terms of like national media, how much love were we getting the previous years from, let's say, like On 3 or McElroy, Feinbaum? Like Feinbaum is basically saying like, hey, Notre Dame's guaranteed to win, and I think he even said blow out Miami. Like we never got love from Feinbaum before, so it's like all of the negativity is kind of within the fan base. It's still kind of like a little bit separated, and there's some tribalism going on with the quarterback stuff and all that stuff. But I think we should all feel pretty good. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to make a statement.
Yeah, it's man, it's just there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things to consider, and you know what's giving me anxiety with the Carr piece? Let's be honest, on both sides of this, Miami and Notre Dame, the biggest question mark of the whole thing is probably Carr. The issue I have is whenever I have anxiety about Carr, people send me videos of him throwing good passes in practice or his recruiting film or his high school numbers or whatever else. Bro, I am not questioning that the guy can make every throw. I am questioning how he's going to handle this moment. And there is no highlight film of his practice numbers or his high school numbers that's going to resolve that for me till I see him do it on the field. So, like, it doesn't help me. I know he can make every throw. I don't know how he's going to handle this environment, this pressure, this spotlight. That is the question to me. And nothing anybody could send me is going to answer it till I see him do it.
Well, that's where Denbrock comes in. That's where Gino comes in. And I think again, like if you look, I don't think that Riley Leonard he made plays in the first game of last year, which was a big game. Now, granted, he had some experience, but people are like, oh man, we had this 5-year starter. Leonard was not a 5-year starter. Leonard was a 2-year starter prior to coming to Notre Dame. He wasn't like he didn't have all this. Like he wasn't playing at Duke as like a true freshman. So, but he made enough plays to win. He went in there. They put him in a position to win, and they used his strengths. I think they're going to do the same. I think they're going to do the same with Carr. But I mean, let me be honest here. Like, man, there is a lot of like Miami is like 2012 Bama. Like Miami is, in my opinion, only ranked number 10 so that the TV executives could say that there is a top 10 matchup Sunday night versus Notre Dame. I don't think that if Miami's playing, some crappy ACC school for the first game, I don't think they're ranked number 10, if I'm being honest. I just don't see it. And then the other day I read this really interesting statistic or article, and it basically said if you have 19 or more transfers through the portal on your team, there's zero chance that you will make a far run in the playoffs and win the championship. And let me just give you some numbers. Miami, as it sits right now, has 19 transfers that came in. 19. So we're giving all this credit to Miami that basically had almost a complete changeover in a large piece of their team. And you compare that to Notre Dame, where we have the experience. We made a run last year. We got all these people coming back. We got a few people in the portal, not many left. And when you think about it, like I thought the running back room was going to be decimated at the end of the season, and people were going to leave, and nobody really left. So you got 19 transfers coming in. I think with all the love or all the credit that people seem to be giving to Miami, do we really believe that a quarterback that was hurt, that didn't play in spring, and 18 other people that are coming in this team are going to gel enough to beat us week 1? I don't see it. I don't believe it. And I think we're giving way too much credit to Miami, as other callers, and I won't mention the name because he's such a lightning rod, calling in and talking about how big of gangsters they are. Notre Dame are going to be the gangsters on this team, on this field, on Sunday night. And I can tell you, we're going to make a statement. And after that game, people are going to be like, holy shit, Notre Dame is real for 2025.
Yeah, man, it is interesting. So I guess you got to hope, even if the talent they brought in is decent, you need to hope that it will take them a while to gel together. And maybe there's some areas where Notre Dame can take advantage in week 1. That you bring up a good point. We're also worried about Notre Dame. Like, it's Miami's first game too. And they have a lot of moving parts and new pieces as well that need to be considered. So it's going to be interesting. I'm just excited to finally get some data and some answers. Hey, thanks for giving me a call. Start us off on a Monday, and we'll be seeing you in a few short weeks, my friend.
Yeah, let me give you a quick few steps. I know we're trying to keep it to 5 minutes. Miami 10-3 last year, lost their bowl game, lost to Syracuse, lost to unranked Georgia Tech, barely beat Cal, barely beat Virginia Tech with the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. So look, I don't see it. I think we're going to roll, Johnny. I think the anxiety is there, but I think by the time we get to the fourth quarter, I think Minshew's going to be in. It's going to be a great game. And I will leave you with this. Man, I'm so much looking forward to seeing so many people in the chat, as well as yourself and the entire Kennedy family at the Purdue tailgate. Really looking forward to it, man. And if there's anything that I can do to help, either before or after, please reach out and just let me know.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for always being around everything. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, man, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. John, I saw the Miami people were talking about your show segment with Ryan Roberts on one of their boards. They weren't happy. Good. That's the idea. You know what I've learned in my career doing this? 9 seasons now? Anything you do that makes it on one of those boards, one of them incel boards, means you're doing a good job. It's just if you do a video segment that gets chopped up and ends up on an incel board, you know you're in the right. You're doing something right. I absolutely love it. That warms my little Irish soul. That is, I absolutely love it. Couple more chats. We'll go right back to the calls. $5 holler from the beef. Aside from the U fans just defacing touchdown Jesus, don't forget about the U fans attacking the ND team bus as they arrived in 2017 and breaking the windows. Oh, yeah, I heard all about it. And the team was so scared after that they couldn't even play good football. I don't care if they flip the Greyhound over and you're in it. When you get out of it, you need to put your head on and go play football. That game was lost before the ball was even kicked in the air. I'm serious. They flip over the Greyhound, you climb out the side door, and you get them back where it matters on the field. You don't cower and play all scared. This is going to be a long week for me. Brendan. Card stats in both spring games, 68.75 completion, 3 passing touchdowns, 269 yards, 1 interception, I believe 5 scoring drives. Well, that's a great story. With a friendly home crowd of 12,000 people that all want you to do well. That doesn't do one thing at all. At all. I love it. That makes me, I believe in the kids' physical gifts. None of this tells me how he's going to handle the pressure of this moment. The entire world is going to be watching, and it's going to be loud, and everything moving. Felt like none of the environments he's been in and succeeded translate to this moment to me. He has all the physical gifts in the world. I just need to see him be able to navigate this moment and keep it all together. Then I think the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. But I can't take any numbers of any practice, recruit high school blue and gold, and translate it to this moment. They're just different worlds. They're totally different things. If it gives you confidence and comfort, God bless you. Do what I'm not saying that this opinion is wrong. If it gives you peace of mind, God bless you. But for me, I'm just going to be churning and burning all week. Look at this. Notre Dame 28. John, I don't like these hurricane tricksters, good for nothing swindlers. Breathing all the Florida air. Kent, Notre Dame is too small up front on the defensive line, specifically on the interior. Miami should double the A gap, and that'll open everything for them. Notre Dame's going to have to blitz. Kent, I mean, everybody's going to dump on you for this comment, but it is on my list of things to watch. If you're in a scenario where Miami's offensive line controls things, you're in a bad spot. Everybody's going to be mad at Kemp for doing this because he's an Ohio State anti-Notre Damer. I'm just saying it's on my list of things to watch too. Rob, how about the no longer fighting Irish logo? I don't like it. I don't approve of it. They are trying to soften the aggression of the brand a little bit, and they're not saying it. I've heard the money could go for NIL, or like the kids will like a hat with the guy running with the football. Maybe all that money for each sport with the hat with them holding their ball or stick or whatever will go to their NIL. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't like anything that gets us away from the Fighting Irish. You put your dukes up always for everything we do. So give me any reason you want, and I'm going to say I don't like it. You have your dukes up forever on everything. That's my hard line. If you want to buy it for your kid and you like it, God bless you. Go for you. You don't have to think what I think. You don't have to believe what I believe. For me, it signifies to me they're trying to soft toe away from the aggressiveness of the fighting. Oh, we don't want to be known as fighters. Why the hell not? It served you well all this time. This is a good point from Dolomite. The hardest people on ND is us, the ND fans. Yeah, 100%. When you live in that ecosystem, in that universe, you dive down and everything. You dig 10 layers deep. You worry about everything. That's absolutely. Sloppy Joe. So you're questioning if Carr's anxiety levels are as bad as yours? I certainly hope not. I hope not. I wouldn't wish that on the kid. Are you out of your mind? I hope he doesn't handle it like I do. I'm stressed out. All right. There's a couple first-time callers. There's regulars here. I feel an obligation to bring a couple new people in. If you're a regular, hold on the air. We'll get to you. But I want to see some of these new people. 425, make it come alive. 618 after that. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
Hey, John. Actually, I changed my number. I had to change my number because of health reasons, but I'm not a regular anyways.
Oh, well, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. What's going on, man? We're in game week.
I had to call in because it's been bugging me all the last 2 weeks, and I haven't seen this anywhere on anybody's show, which side or that side. Little Carson Beck is going to be so scared the first time he draws back with live fire. I don't care what team he would be playing. That guy's he's injured. He's coming off of a Tommy John surgery.
Yeah,
so,
man. It's you know what's like, okay, so you have these questions about Notre Dame and Carr and whatever, right? You have all that. But you do have to also consider Beck's coming off the Tommy John. He had a limited spring, whatever. And then they are replacing their top 6 pass catchers from last year. Their top 6. And you're mixing in that new quarterback. We have questions. They have questions to answer too. It isn't just all on our side. Those are good questions. Big ones.
Yeah, and their offensive line. So, I mean, he's going to be worried anyways, and then he's going to get bum rushed. He's gonna bow out halfway through. Be no problem. Unless it's a hurricane. Yeah, who knows then?
Yeah, and you know what else with Beck? I've seen him get hot and go on a heater, and he's feeling himself, and he's got some rhythm and flow, and I've seen it go very well for him. But his history suggests that if you make him uncomfortable and you could pressure him, he'll throw you the ball or make some rough, tough decisions. So, Notre Dame's defense has got to get after this kid. Get after him. Do good in the run game and get after this kid.
That's exactly it. And it'll be over before you know it. And then you'll feel comfortable and be like, okay. And then everybody in the media is going to dote on Freeman again because he's the best. We got the best.
What is your confidence level in CJ Carr to not be overwhelmed with the moment and be able to keep his head on straight and navigate this, when something bad happens, something good happens, regulate himself. I know physically he can make every throw I need. I'm worried about how he's going to handle the moment. What's your gut instincts tell you about that?
I'm okay with it because I think, he went toe-to-toe and with a real quarterback competition. So, and won. They got more confidence in him game 1. So if they've got the confidence, man, I'm all for it. This is it's like getting the gang back together. This coaching staff is literally like getting all your buddies together to run a company. If I had here's my theory. Is Denbrock was talking to the quarterback's coach, and they're like, yeah, we just got to go with this guy for, we missed out, or we're going to take this guy for our offensive coordinator. But they were talking and said, look, my contract's up. I don't want to be with Kelly anymore. And I think he talked to Freeman and said, hey, don't do anything. Get through this year, and you got me next year.
Yeah.
That's just my little theory. But it seems like the way it played out now, I'm like, that's kind of how I think it was. It was a bunch of buddies talking and saying, hey, what if we all got together and ran Notre Dame, not Cincinnati?
Yeah, this is just, it feels to me like everything Notre Dame's involved in gets amplified out 100%. It's just wild to me how you end up in this position where you're on the road at night, standalone game on a Sunday night, the only game in town, everybody going to be watching you, and you got a new quarterback. Like, it's just all the biggest Notre Dame like scene it could be, man. This is what you want. This is Notre Dame football. Go play ball. Go win.
That's it. That's it. Confidence from top to bottom. And you know what? When you said you've seen Carson Beck do some good things on the field, that was when he had a G on the side of his helmet, and he had dogs that were bred for it. You know, I mean, it's just like he had the confidence then because he had the most dominant team. You know, now he's going. He couldn't even hold on to his job at Georgia. He had to go to Miami. That's how good he is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
man, like Eli. It's like Eli Manning. One other thing. My last thing. Eli Manning. He couldn't beat out Ewers, who can't even make it on the NFL team. So he's that good, really, Manning. You were there 3 years and couldn't beat out Ewers. So I say we got a good quarterback. We got the best team. We got the best leader, and they will follow him through anything.
I hope so.
I don't
man.
see that with Miami.
Yeah, it's I hope so.
I saw it last year.
I
saw it last year.
Yeah, hey, Notre Dame did prepare. You know? They prepared magnificently to go to Texas A&M in a night game with a loud stadium and all that, and the heat and everything else. And Notre Dame did a really darn good job. I'm confident they'll prepare the same way. But to me, it comes down to how your new quarterback handles the moment more than anything else. Because I think your defense is going to play good. And I at least have some belief in that offensive line and what they're going to be able to do right away. So we'll see. We still got a handful of days. Call me back later in the week.
Okay, doing it sobriety or sober this year.
Ooh.
Completely 100% sober.
Ooh,
man. I've been sober for a season since I was 18, I think.
Yeah, God bless you on that journey, brother.
Hey, it's no problem. I got Jesus Christ with me.
There you go.
We all do.
That'll help you. Have a good one, buddy. Thanks for the call. How much time you got? Dude, did I tell you guys, I'm not making light of this situation. I mean, I have some family members that have struggled with alcohol in my extended family before, and I know the problems it causes. But I'm going to say this. You have no idea, man. When I started doing the post-game shows live, I had to watch the game sober. There's no way you could drink 10 Miller Lights and then do live and do a good job. You just can't. So completely sober. I don't drink at all during these games. I have articles I'm writing, notes. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Patreon. I'm getting ready for the show. I have 8 things going on, and drink a beer doesn't fit in that rotation during a game. I got to tell you this. Dude, it was hard. Because from the time I went to college and I'm like 18, there is not one Notre Dame game I was sober for to watch until I started doing this. You want to talk about, you know how hard it is to watch a Brian Kelly coach Notre Dame team sober? At least I was able to nub it a lot of the time. When I had to start doing it sober, man, it cut deep. You can't round off those edges, brother. Couple more chats, back to the calls, I promise. If you're on hold, you're going to be on the air. $2 holler from Rodney. Game week is here. Let's go. $20 holler from Slick Rick down there swimming in that oil. Beat Miami, rest up, then let the 2 best O-lines and running back rooms go to war. Go Irish, 11-1. Gig 'em. God, I love you, Slick Rick. John, everybody's going to be... Listen, man. Every single thing I say, sometimes I feel like you honestly, in your brain, you're like, how can I go out of my way to go on the opposite side of any single thing John Kennedy says? Let me explain this to you. John, everybody's going to be watching Texas and Ohio State. Yeah, they are. On Saturday. On Sunday, there is no other game during your game. There is nothing. If you like football in the whole world, you're watching Notre Dame, Miami. There is no other game. That's my point. You don't have a smorgasbord of 11 a.m. games and 80 different teams playing on all these channels. Everyone who cares about football in America is watching you. You're the only show in America. That's what I mean. Oh, I'm getting into season mode. Can you guys tell? This is probably bad for everybody. Craig, $5 holler. Notre Dame 31, Miami 13. Book it. Why is he yelling? Are you new here? You've been around, Conundrum. You've been around. You've been around. Man, I'm getting worked up. All right. Commercial read. We'll be back. Take another bank of calls. If you're on hold, you'll be on the air. I need to get a drink and calm myself. Every dollar matters when you run a club, bar, restaurant, or country club. Lost tabs, slow payments, and walkouts cut into your profits fast. That's why venues trust the City Cheers app. With City Cheers, guests can receive promo details for your upcoming events and open and close their tabs right from their phones. Payments are instant, your walkouts will drop, and your team saves time with fewer card runs and less hassle for everybody involved. Managers get real-time reporting and transaction tracking so you know exactly what's happening on the floor from sales to staff performance. Servers can handle more tables with less effort, boosting check averages and increasing their tips. And when your staff works smarter, not harder, morale goes up, service speeds up, and turnover goes down, creating a smoother, more profitable operation every single night. Protect your profits, empower your team, and simplify your business with City Cheers. This app is built for venues that want to win. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, call friend of the show and loyal Notre Dame son, Tom Frawley, at 773-332-7742 today. Be sure to tell him always Irish. Oh, Chicago's very own, except I noticed I put that too low on the video and it cuts into my scroll at the bottom. I messed it up. I'll have to edit that. No big deal. We'll fix it for Tom. And we'll get that going. So it's, man. Staying at an Airbnb 3 miles from the stadium. Price, the place looks nice. Hopefully it's not a setup. Swan Dong, you better be careful, bro. That sounds like the setup of all setups to me. You better be careful. Make sure that doors are locked. All right, let's get our main man Martinez in and out. He's at the work site. What's going on, brother?
Oh, hey, John.
Yeah.
I was just listening, but it's okay. Hey, since you got me here, hey, man. One thing I forgot to comment on Friday. Hey, I'm with you on the logo, man. I'm not gonna come in here negative. I'm an old school dude that you say, unless you're shitting, pissing, and throwing up on yourself, you better lace up your boots and go to practice or go to work. So I'm with you on the old school
Yeah,
stuff,
and listen, man,
you know what I mean?
I got some pushback on that. I did a Patreon video about that, and I got some pushback. People were saying you're overthinking it. It's for the kids. It's gonna bring in revenue for NIL because it's a whole new design people will want. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Keep your dukes up forever.
Hey, but you know what though? I have got on other Irish chats or posts, and everybody else but us disgruntled old men, they all love it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like it, but I know what they were doing as well. Because it's like you see that one other Irish dude that they have sometimes as well, where he's got this form like he's about to like. It's not the old school dude, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's just kind of like a temporary thing, man. But it's cool, man. But I hope they don't, kind of divert it to eventually have it be that. But on this topic, man, Johnny, we're here, man. It's game week, man. It's game week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How are you feeling, man? You've been calling all summer, every week. We've been working through the dog days. Now we're a few days from the game. Where's your mind at? Where's your heart at?
You know what, Johnny? I'm glad it's here, man. I'm glad the quarterback controversy. I'm glad all that's making us lose our hair, I'm glad all that's over. I'm glad it's finally, like my homeboy that wants to punch somebody in the face with his fist says, Miami's here. But guess what? Here come the Irish are here, man. I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's ready to go. Remember that we got the best coach in college football that knows how to prepare for big games. You know what I mean? That knows how to prepare for big games. And so that's the thing, is that I'm glad that that's finally here and that's happening.
Yeah.
Because, man, once we get over this isn't the Kings of the 80s. It's not.
It's not the Canes of the 80s. As much as they want to retry to make it, it's not. But guess what? Notre Dame's been Notre Dame. Notre Dame has been Notre Dame. And, the only difference now, though, John, is that you got a player, you got a coach, that you got to remember was all conference. You know what I mean? 2-time all conference that played for legendary coach as well. That when he put on that helmet, he became a monster, man.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. That the leader now going in is a whole different monster, man. When he's a competitor. He's not a swamp ass looking chubby troll looking mother up right there. Like, what am I gonna do now? I'm just gonna divert it. No, this dude's coming for your ass. Like, dude, like, God, I hate him. John, John, I'm not trying to not get out of character, man. But you know what? I've gone through it, and the shit that they're talking, like they're still the Kings of the '80s, man. It has me hot, man. You know what I mean? It has me, especially those South bitch boys. But man, Johnny, I'm excited, man. It's here, Johnny. Sorry, Johnny. I'm gonna get back, but because it's about to get loud.
Get
Johnny,
going.
it's here, man.
I'll leave you in the queue. I'll leave you in the queue so you can listen while you work. Okay, so I won't hang you up, but I'll leave you.
Johnny.
Yeah, I'll put you in the queue and you can listen from your phone.
Okay, Johnny. Thanks, buddy. Onward Notre Dame.
Onward Notre Dame. I put him back in the queue. I say it every time, you guys. Do you know how much I respect that guy for calling from the actual blue collar work site every single day? I absolutely love it. Let's bring up Rodney, and then 215, you're up next. If you're on hold, you're going to be on the air. Rodney, what's going on?
Oh, man, it's game week. Here we go.
Yeah, it is. Rodney, you know what, though, buddy? I'm really proud of you, man. You went and got away, and you did some road tripping, and you went and traveled a little bit. You did some relaxing things, and I know a lot of people in my network that are like, John, I'm going to be gone the last couple weeks of summer because I just need to get out of here and go relax with the kids before school or whatever, before school starts. Like, I'm glad everybody got recharged because once we take off, we're off to the races, baby.
Oh, that is so true, man. And I was thinking about that when I was on vacation, actually. We're weeks away. This is great. I mean, I took 2 different ones, one in early in the summer, right, and then one again later. It's fantastic. Couldn't have been better. Martha's Vineyard was fantastic. Portland, Maine, Salem, road tripped all through Pennsylvania with my nephew earlier in the summer. But anyway, it was fantastic. Yeah, here we go, man. Here we go. It is game week. So, man, I'm really curious about how the team's going to come out in the first quarter. And I mean both teams. I'm really curious how that's going to go down because I think as the game wears on, obviously turnovers and a major injury can change anything in this game one way or the other. But I just believe as this game moves on, as it goes into the second half and whatever, I think Notre Dame's going to take over. I think it's going to be close for a while. I really do. It's going to be interesting to see Denbrock's approach. Is he going to come out, throwing the football around just to throw Miami off, or they might be thinking, okay, they're going to focus on the run, so he throws a couple deep ones downfield.
Rodney,
see that?
Really, really good. That is one of the biggest questions in my mind when I just sit there and I'm thinking about how Notre Dame's going to approach this is, what will Denbrock's plan for CJ Carr be in this dynamic, those first few drives in this big moment? Are they going to be conservative, try and see if they can run the ball to take the pressure off, use Love and Price, right, take the pressure off CJ Carr? Or is Denbrock going to feel like, I want to get Carr going and build him some momentum? And does that look like a play action deep throw? Or does that look like a dump off to Love where he could gain yardage after just to get a couple completions going? There's a lot of different ways Denbrock could build this. And it's one of the top things I want to see is, how is he going to integrate Carr into this moment?
And I'm also a little bit curious to see what happens when they get down to the red zone. Do they go to Minchie at that point? Is there a package for him if they're going to keep him involved? Is this literally just, okay, Carr, it's your job until you lose it or until you get, you go cold for 10 throws in a row? or is it? And again, I'm not saying like, oh, one quarter's yours, second quarter's yours. I never like that approach anyway. I'm like, if you're going to use two quarterbacks, do it it's sort of in a momentum situation. This guy's hot, or this is the part of the field we're going to use this guy. That would be interesting. I'd like to see how they're going to do that too. And then on defense, what are we looking at in terms of is this going to be a more aggressive style defense? Is it going to be less aggressive? A little more zone.
Here's what I hope, Rodney. Here's my hope for this defense. I think one of the biggest keys for success this year for this defense is to be able to generate more pressure up front without blitzing and sending more resources and exposing yourself on the middle and the back tier of the defense. Like, that's a big thing I'm watching. If you are able to generate a little more natural pressure up front with just the D line, it'll free you up on the back two levels. Like, can Notre Dame get that kind of pressure and free up the secondary and the linebackers? And then against the run, you got to be good against the run, not just against Miami, but against everyone in America. They got to hold up against the run, and I'm watching that too.
Well, and it was interesting hearing Ryan Roberts' segment, and him thinking Miami's offensive line might be a bit overrated. That was an interesting take. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing, okay, are they as good as what the media is saying, or is Ryan right? And going up against a pretty damn stout Notre Dame defensive line, albeit one that's a little bit young in the middle or not as proven. But I think the talent's all there. I'm really excited about it, man. I think the defense is going to be lights out.
Yeah, and man,
how are they
there's
going to make
a lot
it
of
on Carson
depth.
Beck?
That's the thing, Rodney.
There's so much depth. So much depth.
I feel like the days where it's like you feel pretty good about your 11, but if one or two guys get injured, the drop off is like the drop off is
that
like
way anymore.
Yeah, it used to be one or two injuries.
John, even at receiver, I kind of feel that way. Now, granted, we got to see it on the field.
You got to prove it. Yeah,
but
you
even at receiver, I see it a little bit.
Yeah,
John, the other thing, thing I'm really excited about is Jerry and Price and Love being back there for kickoffs. Both of them.
Yeah, I like that too. Let your stars be stars. Yeah. Warren Hillis says the delusion of ND fans is comical. You will see again on Sunday night. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm sitting. Yeah, what delusion? I'm sitting here saying I'm nervous, and it's a big moment, and the pressure's on the young quarterback. You people want to see what you want to see to fit your narrative. I didn't come in here and start the show going, oh, I know Notre Dame's going to blow them out. Nothing to worry about here. I'm sitting here going through all my anxiety, so I don't know what you're talking about. You just want it to be what is in your brain because you want it to be. I'm not acting like this is some guaranteed win by Notre Dame, so I don't know what you want. You people, yes, I do mean you people, Miami fans, you people on the other side of this. I do mean you people,
aren't you?
Notre Dame
aliens, your people, aren't you?
You people, the opposing side, you people. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, and I will say. That is one of the big X factors of the game. It's how Marcus Freeman has shown the ability to get his team ready for these environments. But it is still going to be a hostile environment. Now you're facing the home team's crowd, not just the neutral site, like the Penn State game. So that is, and like I said, going back to Jared, that's why I love the fact that Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love are back there getting kickoffs. Kicking game is going to be interesting, John, with that crowd. That could be a big factor in this game. It could come down to a kick. It really could.
Rodney, you know what made me think of that? You know what made me think of that is so there's all this Warren, I am glad you're here though. I genuinely do like having fans from the other team come in and mix it up. So I am glad you're here, but I'm still going to be mad. Right? Like I'm glad you guys are here, but I'm still going to be mad. Rodney, I thought of this. All of this talk is about the quarterback, and the defense with Ash and blah, 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 and the O-line. All summer, that was it. When I watched these first batch of games this weekend, it re-triggered in my brain how important special teams are. But it's like, but Rodney, I get it though. When you're the media covering camp, what are you going to cover? The quarterback battle at Notre Dame or the kicking game? You know what I'm saying? So like, I understand why that got all the attention, but I watched that first batch of games and it reminded me like, dude, you cannot be messing around on special teams. You better make your kicks.
Well, and John, let's be honest, man. The Notre Dame lore has made its cake on, at least in the last 30, 40 years on, the kicking game. And to be more specific, returns for touchdowns. I mean, Rocket Ishmael changed the way we look at kickoff returns and punt returns when he was playing. Tim Brown did it before him. Desmond Howard did, but it was really the Rocket that really put that specific, even though it's not considered a play because it's a dead ball, that specific play on the map, man, that his 2 returns against Michigan really changed the way we look at kickoff returns in college football. I don't think anybody can deny that. And I'm telling you, man, the fact that we got 2 guys back there that can take it back at any moment, that really excites me, man, because Freeman he doesn't talk about it a lot, man, but he puts a lot of emphasis on it because I haven't seen someone put that emphasis on special teams the way he has. To be fair, since Bob Davie. Bob Davie put a lot of emphasis on special teams, and they were very good under Bob Davie generally. Their defenses and offenses were kind of back and forth. And obviously he got a lot of that from Holtz because he was coached under Holtz. But anyway. The point is, man, this is since Freeman. I mean, Freeman has picked that back up. He's made that a priority, and it's shown its fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I mean, all 3 phases of the game, man. I just can't wait. It's game 1. It's week 1 of college football. Let's go, man. This is great. So I'll let you go, John. But
Rodney, I will be anxious to receive your call on the post-game show. We have an interesting history there, and we're gonna see what kind of call we get afterwards. I'll look for your number, buddy.
You for sure. I will. Okay, John.
Have a good one, buddy. Have a good one, buddy. How much time you got, buddy? All right. Here's the problem with this. I'm going right back to the calls. 215 is going to be next. Kanye's stepson was Northern Illinois' O-line overrated too. Here's the issue with that. Fairly predictable, low blow, easy shot at Notre Dame last year, but there's a couple problems logically with this. I love a good troll, but you got to be on it. It can't be lazy. You got to have I will put a good troll up anytime at me personally or Notre Dame, but it's got to be good. The problem with this is, number one is, I don't know, looking at your year last year, I don't know where you get off coming in Notre Dame really about anything. Should have been in a good playoff position. You let it all fall apart, had some really ugly situations. So I'm not sure you're in the position to be ripping Notre Dame's performance last year when Notre Dame marched right into the championship game and you were nowhere to be found, even in a bad ACC that no one respects. No one respects it. Okay? You give Clemson the benefit of the doubt because they've been at eye level for a long time and I trust their coach. But no one really respects the ACC. You couldn't even get through that and make the playoffs. So I don't know where you get off coming at Notre Dame like this. Here's the other part. It's low-hanging fruit to attack what happened to Notre Dame in week 2 at home against Northern Illinois. It was one of the more painful moments I've had doing all this coverage, right? That is fair that it hurts like that. And it was a very, very bad, embarrassing look for Notre Dame. But it's interesting that you go after that and then you ignore all the games after that where Notre Dame dominated and won and ran right through the playoff to the brink of a championship. And the Notre Dame that played the rest of the year and developed and did all that and made it through that playoff played and looked nothing like week 2 Notre Dame. So I get that it's low-hanging fruit. It's an open wound and it still is embarrassing to me. But you're doing a lot of mental gymnastics when you're just focusing on that and you're ignoring everything that happened for 14 games after that or whatever. And you're conveniently ignoring those 14 games where Notre Dame got better. and was really injured when they did it. So, like, I don't know, but I get where you're going, and it was embarrassing. Same thing for Marshall, same thing for Stanford, same thing for Northern Illinois. It's weird to me. Freeman has his team supremely dialed in for big games, and then it's some of those at-home games where everybody's asleep that you have a problem. That is something Freeman needs to correct. Sleepy home game, nobody's blood pressure's up, and then and then the team plays that way. That is a problem. Pat says it's not an open wound, completely healed considering what the team ended up doing. I don't know. I don't know about that. South Florida is an open wound. Like, I'm sorry, man. Some of this stuff doesn't heal. That Georgia Tech opener in 2007. I was all excited. I brought my college girlfriend. Let's go to Notre Dame, see this big thing. I'm not over that opener. Oh, man. John made the most, Andrew, good to see you. John made the most important point. Cristobal's under so much pressure going into this year. No one to scapegoat. Paid $4 million for the quarterback. He needs to be an ND badly. It is. Yeah, Pat, that's a fair point. South Florida got healed when BK took his private plane to LSU. Yeah, all this focus on when we're in Notre Dame mode, Notre Dame mind, Notre Dame world, all this focus is on us, our worries. How's our quarterback going to play? How's he going to handle the environment? How is the new Ash defense going to adjust? You can't have any lapses, whatever. You got to understand they have a lot of questions too. And it's different missions. Notre Dame's got to show staying power in the playoff. Cristobal's got to show that you're getting over the hump and you're going into year 4 and you're 500 in the ACC that no one around the country respects at all. They respect Clemson, but no one respects the ACC. So there's a lot of pressure both ways. There is more pressure. I'm telling you, Cristobal. You didn't make the playoff the first 3 years. No one respects your conference. You're 500 in it. That's not good enough or whatever. Now you get Notre Dame at home. You're expected to win. You get Notre Dame at home, breaking in a brand new quarterback and all that chaos and noise. You're double expected to win. There's a lot of pressure on Mario here. It ain't all just on the Notre Dame end. 215, make it come alive. What's going on, brother? Good morning. It's game week.
My man, what's going on?
You know me, man. I'm wound tight. You know how I'm doing. I'm wound tight.
Let me tell you, I always have a million things to say to you because I agree pretty much with everything you say when it comes to the.
Well, that's your fault.
The knots. Well,
that's a you problem. That's a you problem.
Well, no, it's a good thing. I'll take that problem every day of the week. It's funny when you mentioned opening day losses. Do you remember the loss to Northwestern in 1995 when Darnell Autry?
Yeah.
Northwestern team that we smashed around the year before. We could not get past them. We couldn't get the defense off the field.
Yeah, it's like of all the years for Northwestern to pop up and have a generational good year, it's got to be when you're at Notre Dame to open. Like, what are the odds? They have 1 year where they're actually decent, and you got to play Notre Dame and do all that. Yeah, I'm trying to forget. I was pretty young for that, though. Probably I was 9 or 10 years old. So I'm trying to – it's a vague memory. Let's put it that way.
I was 23.
Yeah, wasn't that was Fitzgerald on that team as a player? Or am I dreaming? Wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah,
was.
Okay, yeah,
They had this Steve Schnurr, this quarterback. I think it might have been Steve. They lost, I believe, 17-15, if memory serves.
I'm mad just at that guy's last name. I don't like his last name. I'm mad. I'm annoyed just because of that.
Oh yeah, he probably had a punchable face. I'm telling you. And I remember watching that game, and the more insulting thing was Gary Barnett. They said before the game, and he was a douchebag, but they said before the game, he told Northwestern players, and he believed it. He said, "Don't get too after we win this game. Let's act like we've been here before." Something to that effect. And of course, he goes to Colorado, and he stinks to join out. But what I can say to you? Well, two things. First thing is it feels good as a Notre Dame fan, and I had the same knots that you have. Just because I don't think Miami's a better team, but I just think they get so geeked up. I mean, everyone who plays Notre Dame, it's a Super Bowl, but I think they get so geeked up, and they'll probably have A-Rod, all the different people there that never go to any games just to be there. I mean, you know, so they just have to withstand that emotion. They did it last year at Texas A&M. But I want to just, like I said, see how the offensive line plays. We don't really know how Carr will do. We hope he'll do well. But we just don't know. And this is where it comes down to Denbrock. And obviously we got to see how Ash is going to do. But they're very, very deep and very, very talented. And I think that I feel confident we'll come out. I would predict probably a 10-point victory.
Oh man, I would take that all night, man. Give me 2-score victory. My blood pressure can go down at the very end if you're up 2 scores. Like that sounds good to me. And then, you know, here's something else I think about. We all remember what happened in 17, and we know the crowd's going to be into it and the whole deal. I think it's imperative for Carr, especially. You got to get something going early. I don't care what phase it's in, offense, defense, special teams. You got to do something early to knock the edge off that crowd and be able to settle things in just a little bit. And I know I'm getting very picky, but it's like, could you just make a couple plays early to turn the decibels down a little bit? Like, is that too much to ask? Like, I know that that's real specific, but like, man, it would go a long way to just dialing things down a little bit.
Exactly. Well, you know, it's funny with things with that is A&M was louder, so I think they're used to. I don't think this will nearly be as loud as A&M. And remember when they played in that dump of an Orange Bowl, they had a decisive advantage there because it was just that place was just a concrete. It was a mausoleum. It was a horrible place. It was bad for visitors, you know what I mean? But now with this place, I mean, it's pretty loud. It's never going to be the Orange Bowl. And in 2017, you know, Notre Dame had no chance because Kelly pissed down his leg, but Kelly was visibly scared. He was shook. And you can't go in. The thing that you have to love and embrace about Freeman, among many things, is the fact that this team is physical. And, you know, he's a Big Ten linebacker, you know, played big-time football, as we know, at Ohio State. So he embodies ND is about with that fighting, that toughness. And so I love the fact that we got a guy we haven't had since Holtz that you feel like, okay, you believe that you're going to be in every game. And not just in every game, you should win every game. And we're getting back towards that point. So regardless of I'll come here and predict the victory, but even so bright with its trajectory and with the way they run this program like a Fortune 500 company, with the players and they got everyone involved, parents, this place is I'm telling you, man, it's the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yeah, this is, it's just, man, it's going to be what a night, what an event. Everybody going to be watching you, standalone game. These two programs that have a history. I sincerely hope the TV production does a good thing with an intro going over all Catholics versus convicts and going over 17 and Notre Dame trying to get revenge. Like, I want them to build this up because it is something special.
No, it is, and I'm proud to say that I'm also going from work. So I listened to you because I called you the last that one caller that I got me under pressure. Remember the caller called you last week? He's a Notre Dame fan, but he said he didn't like Jeremiah Love's heart symbol and all this stuff. And I said the last person's toughness you should ever question. Yeah. It's Jeremiah Hart.
Yeah, WPP. Yeah, WPP.
We ain't got no issues there.
He's making me find things to worry about that weren't on my list, and that's hard to do. Like, that's hard to do, but he came up with something else for me to worry about. Hey, man, I really appreciate the call on a Monday. Give me a call back later in the week as things develop.
You got it, good brother.
Have a good one, man. Have a good something, man. His phone's bugging me today, man. Not the best connection today. Pat, I think I got a board up on my Patreon for a ticket, parking, and housing exchange. And I'm pretty sure somebody put on there that they may have tickets for that game or have a couple. Let me go back into my notes. But I put a tab up there just for a ticket exchange so people could hook each other up. Let me go back there and look at it, Pat. Warren, I call you delusional ND fans because I'm a delusional Canes fan. It take one to know one. Ain't that the truth? Like, that's probably accurate. At least you're being balanced both ways. At least you're being balanced both ways on that one. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Look at this. Such a bummer to have to sit through a bye in week 2. Well, here's the way this is going to go. If Notre Dame beats Miami, it's going to be a glorious half a month. If you beat them, I don't even care what Carr looks like. He could look like crap. If you win by 1 and you get out of there with the win, those 2 weeks, it's going to be a big collective exhale for the fan base and the media, right? We're all going to be able to exhale a little calmer. Then you got a half a month to figure out whatever you need to figure out. Oh, you improved the most between week 1 and week 2. Oh, really? Tell that to Notre Dame last year. Psych your mind, bro. So, that's what they say. But if you're able to get that win in your pocket, regardless of how Carr performs, everyone will collectively exhale, and you'll be in a position to be able to get your bearings, know you have that big win in your pocket, get ready for A&M, and you have 2 weeks to work with that quarterback and whatever. If Notre Dame loses to Miami, it could be the worst 2 weeks of my life. You know what it's going to be like here. Can you imagine the negativity that's going to exist for half a month leading into A&M? And I know you could I know you could go 1-1 very easily, splitting these games. There is a large part of me that thinks if you go 1-0, you're probably going to go 2-0. And if you go 0-1, you might go 0-2. It's just weird. It's just weird how it all set up. New quarterback, and then boom, on the road to Miami. Boom, Texas A&M. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. So I don't know, man. So that 2 week period is going to vary a lot. It's going to vary a lot. Go Canes. ND is one-dimensional. All the Canes have to do is stop the run. If Carr tries to pass, Bain and that D-line will be all over him. It's Notre Dame's hope that equation changes this year. If it was a Riley Leonard-led offense where passing was not his strength early last year, I agree with this a lot more. Carr likes to throw the ball around. It's just a matter of, do you have time to do it? And are you throwing it to our guys and not their guys? Right? I'm just saying. That's the thing, man. When you go with Carr as your starter, his natural gift is his arm. You can't protect him forever. You're gonna have to throw the ball at some point. It's just got to be to our guys and not their guys. And you got to give them time to be able to work. O-line you. Well, you better damn well be. You better damn well be. That's your thing. How much arm you got, buddy? You want to talk about, you want to talk about O-line you? Well, I need you. You got to create some room in that run game. And here's the thing, man. When you ask yourself, what could go wrong with a new starting quarterback or whatever? If that guy's getting pressured and the pocket's collapsing and there's people flying at him from everywhere, worst case scenario. You want to know how you get mistakes from a new quarterback? Speed up the clock in his head, and he's just running, or everything sped up. You got all this crowd yelling, the only home game any of them are going to go to all year. Oh, it's a sellout. Notre Dame's here. All the other games, 14 people are there. You got to be able to handle it. So, I don't know, man. And the thing about, we give them crap that their home games don't sell out and all that stuff. Listen, we're used to Notre Dame selling out no matter what, no matter who the opponent is. It doesn't matter. It's sold out, whatever. Listen, man, if Notre Dame was on the beach in Miami, maybe it'd be the same thing where it's you know what? I got a lot of other things I can do. I don't need to be in here and watch you play Purdue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm totally open to the idea that USC and Miami don't sell out home games because they're in LA and Miami. There's a lot more to do. Do I want to go to the beach or do I want to pay $400 a ticket to watch Notre Dame play Purdue? I don't know. You know, it's just, it's funny, man. Oh, that's funny. Oh, boy. Tough stuff. Tough stuff. 574. What's going on, buddy? How much time you got?
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, John?
Nothing.
How you been?
Good. Are you calling me from the bottom of a well you're currently digging out or what?
Nah, just washing my hands.
Well, thanks for sharing that. What's up?
Not much. I managed to finish my video project, my skateboard video.
Well, are you going to skateboard down into Miami and watch this game or what?
Oh, I wish, man. I wish. But I am going to be watching the game.
I would like to
That'd be
know.
nice to go to Miami.
I would like to know if you wash your hands for 20 seconds and with the appropriate amount of soap.
Oh, I didn't know how to use the restroom.
Yep. Bro. Dude, take me off speaker. I cannot hear you. I can't understand you.
Hold on one second.
Bro. Yeah.
Now you're off speaker.
There we go. All right. Talk some Notre Dame football. What's on your mind about this guy? I can't understand you. What's on your mind about this game?
Dude, I am tired of hearing all this crap about Miami. I'm sorry. There are too many mismatches in Notre Dame's favor. Carr doesn't have to have a big game. Miami's not Ohio State. I'm not afraid of a roster filled with portal rejects. Yeah, I said it. Carr said that. Come on.
He said, yeah, I said it. He said, yeah, I said it.
Cristobal against ranked teams, I'm sorry. I don't think Miami's good. I really don't.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And I don't think Miami has the defense to stop Love and Price.
See, that's a big question I have. Like, you know, we have some changes with the defense. You got a new DC. You lost your two guys in the middle. You lost Watts on the back end. So Notre Dame's got questions about the defense, but they have a lot of defensive changes too. They change everything and they change their DC. They got a whole bunch of transfer guys in there. Which operation is going to be most put together week one?
The team with more players that are actually proven, not with a bunch of dudes who run away from the problems and enter the portal. I'm sorry. I no longer buy the hype of the portal. No, with our experience, Byron is the only one that wasn't a reject. Sam Hubbins didn't do it, didn't pan out very well.
So what do you think of Beck? Do you think Beck is overrated? Do you think that Tommy John, like he didn't have spring, so that matters? Or what is your fear level of Beck getting hot? I have seen the guy go on a heater, and the key to getting him off a heater is to not let him get a heater.
I just don't, dude. I'm sorry. When you're prone to turnovers, I mean, Georgia was winning in spite of him, and there's a reason why Beck left Georgia, because he knew he wasn't going to start next year. He knew full well that he probably wasn't going to start, and he was better off playing somewhere else. Not because Georgia didn't have anything to offer him. I mean, he had it made at Georgia, but he didn't want to have to battle for a starting job again after turning the ball over too many times.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And again, for Miami, I think it all starts with that offensive line, and we need to see who wins that battle between their offensive line and expected strength and Notre Dame's defense, historical strength, albeit with some new pieces. That could be one of the matchups of the game.
Well, I got to be honest with you. You have a nice O-line, but we don't have the playmakers. You're not beating Notre Dame. You need playmakers, dude. And I don't see anyone that's a playmaker.
So, man, you got a lot of confidence. You got a lot of confidence.
I'd be more concerned if we were playing Cam Ward.
Yeah, it's
I don't buy the hype of teams that. Sorry, man. What you about to say?
Nope. Go ahead.
I don't buy the hype of teams that just lost their quarterback and they were nothing but a one-man show with that quarterback. If you were a one-man show with that quarterback, you lost to the NFL. I'm sorry. I'm not buying your hype next year. Just not.
Yeah, it's and man, there's a lot of moving parts here, and we got to figure out who is more put together for week one. Anything else, buddy? Maybe we'll see you at the tailgate coming up.
Which one? The Purdue tailgate?
Yep.
Yes. Anyone going to the Notre Dame Purdue tailgate, just remember to bring a regular sized drum.
Yeah, I don't like their oversized drum.
Will be
keep that thing off my damn field. Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. Get out there and do another skateboard trick. You never know what you're going to get when you open up the phone lines, folks. That is our resident skateboarder, Tony Hawk Jr. Miami's going to bring the house on every third down. I really hope Carr just hits Faison or Great House underneath. Those guys are great run after catch guys. Let them do the work. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many unanswered questions here on both sides. And here's one more thing I want to add too. And this really hasn't come up yet. Week one variance. I'm a firm believer. Every week one Notre Dame has, when I write my articles and I do my videos, I add in what I call week one variance. And to me, that is, we got a new DC and we got the communication wrong and there's a busted coverage because we have a new DC with new language and I heard it wrong and I thought that guy had that guy. Nobody had that guy and it's an 80-yard wide open touchdown right down the field. Like week one variance could be, new language and the timing's off on a snap count. You got to burn a timeout. Or I see it. Here's the other one. I see this every week one somewhere in college football. A quarterback's looking this way and the ball gets snapped 30 yards over his head. I call it like sloppy turnovers where the timing's just off on something and guys run into each other and they fumble. Week one variance. Okay. If there is any of that, you got to make sure you're on the winning side of those plays. With the little stuff that's going to happen in week one that'll get cleaned up and not be a problem down the road. You got to win those. You got to win those. Somebody, when we first started, said they hope Carr's dad and his brother get in a fight in the parking lot. That's funny. That is funny. Dude, that's a bad look. Your kid's the quarterback of a Power 4 team. They lose a tough game and the family's rumbling in the parking lot afterwards. That is a bad look. Woo! Could you imagine that in Notre Dame land? The kind of attention that would get in Notre Dame land? You thought it was a big deal when Tommy Rees ran from the cops. Just imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, how many Guinness did that family have? Probably a lot, and then you lose a tough game. But that's a bad look. It's game one, and your starting quarterback's dad and brother are fighting in the parking lot. Oh, man. All right, guys, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for the show this morning. We're going to Omar. It's good to see you back in the fold, buddy. I need you in the post-game shows with the 5-minute timer. That's going to be it for this morning. And we're going to go live tonight on Raw, 8 o'clock. be there. Big announcements. And then you'll see some other changes on the YouTube and everywhere else. But this is a big one tonight. A lot of big changes going on in the Notre Dame content niche. So thanks for being here. Thanks for the calls. Thanks for the chats. Miami people, thanks for coming. I'm always open to that. Like, I like mixing it up. Thanks for being here. And we're going to do something for the Miami side coming up. So stay tuned. We got a big week ahead of us. We'll see you on Raw tonight, guys. Take care.